Morning, welcome back to 2 Club TV. Loads of people have been asking in a lot of the videos that we do is what is the kind of warm-up process when we get into this cold bay on a Monday morning. So we thought we'd film sort of how we get things going. So Joe, you always start the morning with a
nice warm
cappuccino?
Latte today.
Latte?
Latte.
Well, latte, and I've gone for the fried egg sarnie. So yeah, that's pretty much how we get things started here on a Monday morning. It's very cold. Sun's shining, but this bay, mate, is absolutely freezing. Thermals on, Joe?
Yeah, legs on top.
Legs on top?
Legs on top, yeah.
Interesting to see. Anyway, enough of the egg sarnie. What we're actually going to be looking at today in terms of the review is Callaway Steelhead, XR Steelhead Utility Rescue Club, whatever you want to call it. It's four. A lot of these, so it's either the 3 or a 4 generally that these utilities are in. You can get 2 as well. 22 degrees aloft. We're going to have a look at this in its own right, and then we're going to follow on. They've also brought out the Big Bertha hybrid as well, so we're going to have a look onto that one in the next video as well, and see, perhaps go head to head and see how they both compare. So I'm going to finish off my egg sarnie. Joe,
I'll finish my coffee.
Finish the latte, get the laptop out, and we'll start to hit some balls and get some numbers recorded.
Action.
Ciao.
Ciao. Every good day.
Does that click mean we're ready to go, Joe?
Action.
Right, so breakfast over, warm up complete, and we're all ready to go. Great egg butty, by the way. Right, so serious stuff now. Callaway XR Hybrid and Utility Club, whatever you choose to call them. This is the 4 we're going to have a look at, and there's a reason we're going to have a look at the 4 utilities today. It's because we're going to be doing some comparisons to the option between using this and a 4 iron a bit later on. So obviously these are available in generally it's a 3 or a 4 and a hybrid that most people want in the bag. You can get obviously a 2 hybrid as well. 22 degrees aloft. Starting off with the sort of the visuals first of all. When a club head is sat behind the ball, it's got a kind of strange offset between club face and club head. Maybe, Joe, we can show that from a picture. I don't know, because I don't know whether you'll pick it up as much, but the club head with the offset, or the club face, seems to be offset left, and the top of the club head, the line seems to run off slightly open. So it throws me slightly. It all looks a little bit weird in that sense. That's the bit I'm not sure and don't quite get visually. The actual colour is a matte grey finish, classic kind of looks. And then again, it's got this kind of, and this picture that Joe's put up now will explain a bit better. It's got this more kind of bulbous toe to the club, which again is a little bit odd when you're looking at it face on, but that's not something you're going to do very often, as it's going to be sat behind a golf ball, so that shouldn't be too off-putting. But there's obviously some scientific reason as to why the club head is shaped that way and not the sort of usual teardrop finish. So the thing for me is, I mean, utilities in the last sort of 15 years have become incredibly popular. They're very, I better not say it before I hit some balls, but they're supposed to be very easy to use. General rule of thumb is, again, the centre of gravity is placed a lot further back due to the size of the club head than you could do with a 4 iron, and therefore the ability to get the ball up and high at the launch easier. That's the logic as to why you're able to do that with a hybrid as opposed to your 4 iron. Again, another good thing with the utility clubs is the ability to cut through the kind of rough has been a good option to choose when you're sitting in a bit of light to heavy rough, and again it kind of chops through and gets that ball out there. That's another good thing, good use of a hybrid. Some people even use these as a little bit of a chip around the green, you know, Joe.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything?
No, but I mean,
I've seen Matt Kuchar do it quite a few times, where he's just on the fringe of the green and he just adopts like a little putting style, chips it on, and there you go. So a utility club can be used in many ways. We're just going to give it a good old whack today and see what we get. So, are we ready to hit some, get some numbers rather, Joe?
Ready when you are.
I'm not sure I'm ready, but slightly across that one to start, Joe.
Not too bad though.
I should apologise for me sniffing at the moment. I've been suffering from a severe bout of man flu. We all know all us men at least know how bad that can be.
Really bad.
So yeah, we missed last week unfortunately due to my illness. But back to it today, but still sniffling away a bit. What does that do, Joe?
189 carry.
Yeah.
Almost 200 total.
Okay.
Spin's good though.
So if I was looking to use, again, if I was looking for a hybrid, let's put that one down the left, Joe.
Yeah, it's a bit left.
You can't say it's a bit left and then laugh at the end of it. It's a long way left, that. It was my technical term for that would be a hoik.
Hoik.
Yeah, or hoik left. It's a Monday morning shot, that, Joe.
Yeah.
Come on, Andy. Let's get some good shots on the camera. Just overcompensated there. Just leaked that one out to the right again, slightly.
Slightly right, yeah. It's nothing major.
We'd probably have to accept that one. Again, got that 200 carry. Because what I was going to say was that's the kind of number I'd be looking at with a 4 utility. So for me, 200 yards carry. You expect it's fairly soft landing. These things literally are right up into the clouds when you launch these things, so fairly soft landing. So I'd expect spin to be relatively good and stopping fairly quickly. So that was 201 carry and then stopped at
210.
Right,
so
okay, not bad.
Yards.
And then for a 3, I'd be looking at that sort of 220 mark. Excuse me, in terms of distance for hybrids. So it's getting there in terms of numbers. The distance I'd be looking for. That's a ball, Joe.
Shot.
It's a nice ball.
Yeah.
Up there a long time in the air. More justice to the club.
Yeah.
I mean, the impressive thing for me is we did a review a few weeks back. Callaway brought out the Steelhead set of irons, and a few weeks later they brought out the Big Bertha set of irons. I was a bit confused at the time as to why they brought 2 sets of irons out and what the difference was in terms of the reasoning and the logic behind it. And the basic fact was, I think it's down to the price brackets that they launched in. And there was literally, in a full set of irons, a couple of £100 difference, and the Big Bertha being the more expensive of the 2. And in those reviews, I wasn't keen on the Steelheads at all, and I really did like the Big Bertha irons. So interesting for me when they said the Steelhead utility was out. This again sits in a different price bracket to the Big Bertha utility. Again, quite a big difference. And this is in about the 150 mark, and the Big Bertha utility is around £200, which is a hefty old price tag for a utility. So I'll be interested to see. We've not done the video for the Big Bertha yet, but this is performing really well, to be fair. It's got a great feel to it. It's very easy to hit again, very easy to get airborne. It's one down the line again, I think, Joe. So we're looking at shots again. This is going to come in around the 200 mark.
200 carry, yeah.
So consistent in terms of the dispersion rate. How many balls are we at, Joe? Do we know?
That's your 5th one, I think. So one more.
We've got one for the road.
One for the road, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, in terms of if you're thinking about buying a utility, I've got no. That's another nice ball, Joe, to finish. Normally the last ball, one for the road, ends up being an absolute hack, but that's actually finished quite nice.
Yeah.
So again, let's see if we can get some consistent numbers. So 195 again, so all in around, compacted around that 200 yard mark. I think I pulled one fair bit left and I hit one right, but a few in between weren't too bad, so give it a little bit of a few decent shots. The thing for me about that, the only issue that I'd have on a personal level is the aesthetics. I didn't particularly like it sat behind the ball as to how it looked, but in terms of performance, are you a bit cold then?
Yeah.
Shiver.
Yeah.
It is cold perched out here, but there you go. So yeah, it's just the aesthetics thing. It sits really oddly behind the ball. Didn't affect performance, so no qualms in that respect. I enjoyed it, and it great feel, great noise out the club. Altogether, I give it the thumbs up. Like I said, personal issues, aesthetics, that's the only thing for me why it wouldn't end up in my bag. Right, hope you enjoyed that one. Like I said, we're going to now get on to the Big Bertha utility, see how that one compares.